I'm going to hit start on the recording now, so get rid of all that stuff there. So as I said a couple of weeks ago, you remember we had a stretch, I think maybe 3 weeks on the Sundays, where we were listening to some parables of Jesus. And I said, you always got to find a twist in the parable. Like find the odd thing in the parable, and that's where you're going to find like the ultimate meaning, the lesson of the parable. Okay, and I think this one's kind of obvious. You know, what's the twist? The twist is in how he paid the laborers. That's the twist. He should have given the guy who started work at 5 o'clock, he should have gave him much less than the ones that began at the beginning of the day. Okay. You have to remember this landowner, another thing that's very interesting and striking about this landowner, he's a terrible businessman. He seems to spend most of his day going out and finding laborers. Now we know, anybody who runs a business or very familiar with business, you know, often you kind of want to keep those labor costs down, right? You don't want to have too much work because especially today, you know, it's very expensive to have full-time laborers, you know, with health insurance and all that other stuff. So it's tough, you know, to run a business, especially if you have too many people. Yeah, the workload might be easy, but you're not going to make much money, okay, or even turn a profit if you have too much help. But this landowner is just going out every other hour, just going out, finding people to work. And then when they come to settle, he pays everybody the same amount. Again, losing a lot more money. He's a terrible businessman. The landowner in this case doesn't really seem to care about his vineyard. He cares about the workers. I think that's part of the main meaning of this message. We are the people being sent out into the vineyard for God. And everything that God puts in our way, you know, every task that he asks us to do, everything, he can do it himself. Whether it's bringing somebody into faith or doing an act of charity, being an answer to somebody's prayers, God can do all those things himself. And yet, he asks us to do it. Why? Not for the sake of the vineyard, but to shape us. It's all about shaping and molding and developing the characters of those workers in the vineyard. And it's about shaping the characters of us. Everything that we're asked to do for God, for his vineyard, he does so to better us. And so just remember that, you know, especially when you're put in a tough situation, a trial. Know that as you enter into it, the purpose is to develop, to deepen in your faith, your trust, and your love of God. That's what it's all about. Like I said, God can do it all himself, but he'd rather have us do it and have us be stronger Christians and stronger peoples of faith. May God bless you.